What's going on, guys? My name is Sam.
Sadie.
And in today's video, we are going to talk about some things that Christian guys find attractive in a Christian woman. Today's video is brought to you by the Sam and Sadie store. Not really brought to you by it, but you know, we're just advertising our new shirts a little bit. So they say some different things on them.
Creating me a clean heart. If you've watched our How We Met video, you'll know that that's my favorite verse.
And then we also wanted to include a Great is Thy Faithfulness shirt, just because we feel like God has been so incredibly faithful in our relationship and bringing us together, and just even in our seasons of singleness and in waiting. So I think that it's just a really great reminder to ourselves and to anybody that buys the shirts, just of God's faithfulness and how important He is in the sanctification process. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the video. So these are some things that Christian guys find attractive, and basically, if you're a woman and you're watching this, you might want to take these things that I have seen Christian guys that I consider to be godly men, what they are looking for in a Christian woman, and maybe apply them to your own life, or just ask yourself questions like, you know, am I doing this? Do I look like what Christian men are looking for?
I'm ready for it. I've not heard what he's got on that list, so we'll see.
So my first one is going to be that they are clearly on fire for Jesus. If you're on Instagram or if you're out in public and you obviously dress and behave in a way that does not indicate that you are on fire for Jesus, you're just not doing yourself a whole lot of favors. Like, I believe that God can He can make anything happen. But I truly believe that God does not want you to behave and to dress in a manner that is unbecoming of a Christian. Yeah. And just for myself personally, like, I remember just a few days ago, me and Sadie will look at some stuff on Instagram and everything, and I'll occasionally see something that she'll be looking at, and it'll be just like a girl, and she'll just, all of the pictures in her feed will be just her all by herself posing, and it looks kind of conceited. It looks, you know, she's posing and all these, you know, it just kind of looks a little bit arrogant to me, and it doesn't really magnify Christ, in my opinion.
Which we have somewhat differing opinions on this, because I don't think it's bad for people to like post pictures if they're like posing. Like, girls just like taking pictures, but I understand where he's coming from if it's like pictures and the angle is on their booties.
Just say it with your chest, huh? Really, just say it. Yeah. And yeah, it just draws attention to the wrong thing. I think that's probably more of what he's referring to. If the pictures are kind of like all of the girls and it's like emphasizing the wrong things. Not necessarily though, because think about it. If you're a guy, would it give you the ick if a guy was out there and all of his pictures were just like him at the gym, like all by himself, or like he took these pictures where he was just like, he just hit the Flynn Rider smolder. He was just like,
if a guy was taking mirror selfies every day.
Oh, it doesn't matter if it's mirror. Imagine if he gets his friends to be like, hey, I want you to I'm going to stand over here and just take this picture. Different. But do you not see how guys could see that as kind of just questionable? This is good conversation, honey. This is good conversation.
I can see how it's questionable for some things. I do see where you're coming from, absolutely, and I agree with you from the surface level, but if we dive deeper into that, I don't think it's bad for people to post like cute pictures of themselves, even if it's a guy, like, as long as he's not like, you know. Disclaimer, you don't have to agree with either one of us. I'm just going off of things that I have seen personally from Christian guys that would be a red flag to people. Same thing if you're dressing inappropriately. I think that's a very big one. I actually just saw a video the other day about the like evolving of modesty and bikinis and that type of thing. I could link that video below, but it's very, very interesting on how people started wearing bikinis. I don't wear bikinis. I don't plan on ever wearing a bikini. Making sure that you dress yourself with just modest clothing, and making sure that if a guy looks at you, he sees your countenance, your spirit, just how beautiful you are as a person and not how beautiful your body is.
That is very well said, honey.
On to number 2.
I don't want to number them because that's too much work editing, you know?
On to number 2.
Also, if you want to see the guy version of this, what Christian women are looking for in a Christian guy, subscribe, because Sadie's going to also have points on that we will upload later. So the next one is going to be that they encourage you on your walk. So it can't be somebody that's dragging you down. It can't be someone that is like, you know, oh, we need to do it. I guess we need to do a Bible study, or like just waits on you to do all that stuff. As the man, definitely you're supposed to initiate, you're supposed to lead. But I really believe that having someone, just like when Adam and Eve were created, God said that he needs a helper, like man needs a helper. It can't be somebody that he's just dragging along. That's an anchor. That's not a helper.
Wow.
Like God, oh, you like that, huh? But you know, that's what we're really looking for. So kind of going along with the first point, if you see somebody that their values don't really line up, they're going to bars, they're doing all that stuff. Not to say that you can't ever go have fun with your friends,
right?
But it can look like your values don't necessarily line up. And if I'm a man and I'm like, okay, my number one goal is to get close to Jesus, you want to see that girl's number one goal is also to get close to Jesus. And so that is a huge thing that I was looking for, and that I know that a lot of Christian guys are looking for.
Yeah, the Bible talks about being equally yoked. Don't be unequally yoked, because in cases where that does happen, chances are you're going to be dragged down. Chances are you're going to start pursuing God less and less, because you're going to have the pressures of like, oh, it's no big deal. Let's just have fun. We're young. Let's just party it up or whatever. Long term, it doesn't make sense to marry somebody who doesn't align with you spiritually, who doesn't challenge you, who doesn't link arms with you and really pursue God together.
Exactly. Another one, this one's a little bit more outside the box, but I saw this in a video one time. Motherly instincts. For a Christian guy, you want to look at the person that you're going to marry, and for me, I very much want to have a family, and Sadie very much wants to have a family. If that's something that a Christian guy wants to do, and most Christian guys at some point want to have a family, seeing this woman, you know, be a caring person. You know, this might, you know, what is it, like trad wives, traditional wives? Yeah. You know, like obviously I'm not just with Sadie because she can cook. She can cook, y'all. But I'm not just with her because of that, or because, you know, she's very caring, like when she spends time with kids. But man, as a Christian dude, getting to see my wife interact with little kids and getting to see her, you know, getting to eat her cooking and like all that different stuff, like you might be laughing, but that's really, really attractive. And that's something that, I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but and also don't get me wrong, I do a lot of cooking, I do a lot of cleaning around the house, like all that different stuff. It is not like, you know, well, I'm just gonna do my own thing, and if I'm not working, I'm just gonna be playing video games or doing something like that. Like that's not how our relationship works. I don't believe that's how it should work. But it is a really awesome thing if your wife is a good homemaker, if they have motherly instincts, if they're caring. I think that's really, really powerful.
Yeah, we did get a comment recently. Someone was asking how I prepared myself for that aspect of marriage. Did I know how to clean? Did I know how to cook? And the answer to both of those is yes. I cleaned houses throughout high school, and I also just love cooking, so I did a lot of cooking as practice and as a hobby. Yes, I did prepare before marriage. I knew how to clean, I knew how to cook, so I would encourage you guys to not be hard on yourself if you don't know how to do those things, but maybe if you're kind of nervous about jumping into that one day, just start practicing. I think it's good to start practicing for both the wifely duties and the more husbandly duties. I can make a video about, like, in depth about that if need be, but for now, just try to do those things before you get married.
And guys, be working on killing bugs for your wife. And then the last one that I'm going to go with here, because we're kind of running out of time, and actually the last one kind of combined a few things. But the last one that I'm going to talk about is that they don't try to take the man's role in the relationship. The Bible says that it would be better to literally sleep, this is paraphrasing, but it would be better to sleep on like the corner of your roof than to have a nagging wife, than to have someone that is controlling every aspect of your life, someone that just does not let you be, someone that just, she wants things to be her way, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So really seeing how someone treats her friends, seeing how someone treats their parents. But those are things that I would be looking at as a Christian man. If you disagree with those things, you are very welcome to. I'm just pointing to what the Bible says. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please just leave a like, comment, and subscribe to watch more of our videos. And also a huge shout out to our 3 patrons, Brendan, Brandon, and Carson. You guys are amazing. You guys are what motivates us to keep on making videos. And the fact that you would choose to support us with your hard-earned money means a lot to us. Be on the lookout for some more perks coming for patrons. We love each and every one of you, and we will see you guys in the next video.
See you in the next video.
Bye.